Good evening, everyone. It's been almost a month since we made our first video, so I would like to remind you what we were talking about. The subject was financial planning, and to move to the second part, I would like to remind the first three steps we were talking about. So, first of all, what is a financial plan? It's a written strategy that clearly states the goals you want to achieve and a step-by-step plan for achieving them. So, talking about the steps to achieve financial plan, here they are. The first one, set up goals and timelines for those goals. The second step is to prioritize the goals. The third one, to analyze your financial situation, analyze how much you can to save to achieve the goals and also how much you need to save, and balancing on the both figures you can realize if you have enough money or you need to move to the step number 4. Actually, you need to move to the step number 4 anyway. So let's move to the step number 4. Analyze your assets and liabilities. So assets are what you own and what generates income. Real estate, maybe some other property, bank deposits, portfolio investment, pension savings. Liabilities are the payments that you oblige to pay. This includes utility bills, loan payments, car payments, and other general expenses. So add up the value of your assets and deduct the amount of your liabilities to get the clear picture of your net present assets value. If it is a positive number, that's fantastic. If it's not, you need to work on that. So let's move to the step number 5, optimizing your expenditures. So review your expenses to see what you can cut off. For example, if you have lunch in the cafe every day, you can start taking food from home. Or you can order taxi less often and use the public transport, or maybe become a cyclist. At first glance, those are truffles and adding them wouldn't do any difference. But believe me, over the certain amount of time, you will realize that you can accumulate significant amount which could be spent to the truly important goals. So for example, the very basic one is if you will give up on the morning coffee from the Starbucks or any other cafe with the average cost about €5, in 1 month you will save €150. In the year time, it will bring you €1,800 for the properly desirable goals you want to achieve. So let's move to the step number 6. Consider additional sources of income. So apart from reducing costs, it's also worth thinking of the ways to increase your income. This can be overtime work, or monetizing your skills and knowledge, or maybe renting out the property you have, or selling it. All this will help you increase income and hence the amount of free money that you can use to set up aside to achieve your goals. So final step, number 7, is developing a strategy to achieve these goals. So after optimizing income and expenses, you need to link them to your goals. Each of them has its own deadline, by which the required amount of money must be available. Saving money under the pillow is not a great idea. It is better to use suitable investment instruments. This will help you not only to protect savings from inflation, as we know it's colossal those days, but also to receive a certain income. When choosing specific instruments, you need to determine the timing, acceptable risks, and understand whether you may need money suddenly. So for the short and medium-term goals, conservative investment risks quite a suitable option. It can be bank deposits, it can be government bonds. For long-term, you can look for a more risky instruments like, let's say, investment bonds, stocks and shares, and Before you start investing, you must definitely learn about the topic of investing and also take a professional advice. Don't jump into the sea without learning its waters. So, at this time, we finished the first steps. While they look quite simple, nevertheless, they are important and they are working. So let me repeat them from the first till number 7. So very first step is to set up your goals and timelines. The second point, or the second step, you need to prioritize these goals and make sure that they are in the right order. Number 3, the step number 3 is analyze your financial situation. Step number 4, analyze assets and liabilities you have. Step number 5, optimize your expenditures. Step number 6, consider additional sources of income. And step number 7, develop a strategy to achieve your goals. I hope it was quite useful for you and interesting. And in our next video, we will talk about the most common mistakes people tend to do when they start to do financial planning. So thank you very much for your attention and see you soon.